Hi, how are you? Okay, we are going to talk today about lead magnets, opt-in forms, finding people. Basically, in order for you to get people's contact information, in order for you to hopefully help them in the future, right? So, oopsies, hang on one second, and a little there we go. A little notification just popped up right in the center of my screen. So, anyways, this is what we're talking about today: lead magnets, opt-in forms, how you can do this for free. I actually have a couple different um, programs, and I'm trying to figure it out right now as to like what I don't need, what I do need. But there are lots of programs that you can purchase that are pretty cost effective. But I am going to share with you in the homework. I'm going to share with you a video about how, hey, hang on one second. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a video in the homework about how to do this completely for free. So right now, what you're going to do today during this live training is we're going to brainstorm out. So grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, something that you can write with, something that you can, really start to create a brainstorm with, of like not how to create the lead magnet, okay, not how to create the opt-in form, because like I said, I'm going to share with you a video about how you can do that. But what you are going to do today is we're going to talk about exactly, like, kind of wrap your brain around what can I offer people. And so I think that this is something that we underestimate ourselves. The simplest thing could make someone's life so incredibly, so much easier. The simplest thing. So here's what got me started on this. Right now, I'm in the process of creating a webinar because I feel personally responsible to help. I want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thumbs up. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because it's telling me that the audio is not on. So as long as you can hear me, great. I have this like personal responsibility to help people who are in the fitness and wellness industry to work smarter and not harder. You guys know my background. I was doing fitness trainings. I was teaching a class before and after work, and being a former gymnast, that already brought a slew of injuries into the picture. So after being like really in the fitness industry and working hard in the fitness industry for about 6 years, I started to notice that this isn't something that I was going to be able to keep up long term. This is something that, man, my body is going to blow out. And I had to figure something else out because I knew that I needed to make money, and that was a big source of my income, was doing fitness trainings on the weekends. But I was dying. I was absolutely dying. And so I knew I needed to make a change. And so luckily that's right about the time that I was going through all that debt, and Beachbody came along, and I was able to start giving up a lot of the physical aspects of fitness. Now I get to work out to feel good, to for my health, but I'm not having to work out in order to make a paycheck and to put food on the table. So it's totally a different thing. And many people in fitness and wellness, they are sacrificing their bodies over and over and over again. The only way for them to make more money is to put in more hours, which means more time on their bodies. And by the time they're 40, maybe 50, what are you going to do? Like, what are they going to do? And so I feel like this personal responsibility. So I've been creating this webinar about how to make it easier for fitness professionals to scale what they do, obviously, i.e. Beachbody, right? That's always the end of it. But during the creation of this webinar, it's been like the last couple months, what I've been able to figure out is like, okay, there are some things that I can truly help people figure out. Like, just some general tips. Like, I started doing some research on the most commonly recommended supplements. Like, what are the most critical supplements that someone can take? And so created a recommended supplement list. Of course, then, there's a juxtaposition with Shakeology. Well, look at this. Shakeology has all that stuff in it. But, just started creating like these little things. Like, here's a recommended supplement list. Here's a recommended meal plan. Here's a recommended, ideas as far as you can even look at your YouTube channel probably and look at the different playlists there and think, oh my gosh, I have so much content that I could essentially give to someone for free, like as a 10-part video training on how to get motivated to exercise, or I have so much information on how to organize your closet. What can you, so this is the whole purpose of today. You have a lot of things to offer. You have so much to offer. No matter where you are, no matter whether you think that there's a connection to Beachbody or not, does not matter. What matters is that you start getting to work and you start figuring out, is there something that I can make 3 tips about, or 5 tips, or 10 tips? Is there something that I can do that I can give to people in order to gain their trust of receiving their email address in exchange, right? So we've heard of this as called like an email collector, an opt-in, something like that. Super, super critical and important that you start to do these things, especially if you are newer in the business, because this is really going to set you up for being able to collect information from people. This is a critical step. So hopefully you have your pen and paper. I definitely want you to think about, oh, and here's also a side note. Your social media lists, that like however many followers you have, however many friends you have, though that's not your contact list, because you don't have control over that. Mark Zuckerberg tomorrow could decide that you can't directly message your friends anymore. Okay. He could do that tomorrow. YouTube could make it so that everybody's username is masked. Twitter could shut down. Instagram could say, oh, sorry, but you're being too salesy and we're going to close you out. So you don't have control over that. The thing that you need from people is their email address. And you might think that email is dead. You still need their email address. The reason being is this: how do people sign in for anything, any type of website, any type of social media platform? They always have to have an email address. They always have to have an email address. So email is not dead. And I thought this like 10 years ago. I was like, oh man, nobody's going to be using email in the next 5 years. But, so I can't remember exactly who said it, but someone said, the way that we're still checking in for every single thing, the login is almost always an email address. So it's kind of like, that's square one. So how do you, and I want you to think about this too, because then if you've ever played with lead magnets or opt-ins before, what you may have experienced is that people give bad email addresses. If you have customers from Beachbody, then you've tried to contact them and then you get undeliverable email right away. And you're like, why did they give a bad email address? Well, that's because they're tired of getting spammed. They're tired of getting crap. So they have this bad email that they always give out in order to get the free stuff or the opt-ins or whatever. So here's what you do, and this is what I do, is on the opt-in form itself, I let them know your free such and such, okay, will be emailed to the email you put in below. So I kind of put that in there. Make sure it's a valid email. Otherwise, you're not getting your stuff, basically. And that will help ensure that you do get a valid email address. And again, I'm not going to cover how to do the form because I'm going to submit that as part of the homework. Right now, we're going to brainstorm, okay? Right now, we're going to brainstorm. Hopefully, everybody on here has been doing challenge groups. So what are some things that you can offer your challengers that could make their lives easier? Think about that. Just jot down a few things. And if you're drawing a blank, think about the things that you get asked all the time, like, hey, I'm going on vacation. What can I do to make sure I stay on track? Or, oh my gosh, we have a big work party and it's at this Mexican restaurant. How can I stay on track? Or, how can I avoid gaining 20 pounds over the holidays? So think about the things that your challengers are asking you all the time. And can you create a quick 10-point sheet about it? 5-point sheet, something. Here's another question for you. Do you personally have any physical restrictions or limitations that is a common one? Like, for instance, one freemium that I'm going to create is my 5. I can't decide if it's going to be 3 or 5. Probably my 3 favorite stretches for lower back pain, because I almost broke my back when I was 15. So I have struggled with lower back pain ever since then. So I have like these go-to stretches, and I've been doing them a lot lately. And I was like, man, I got to put this in a video. I got to put it in a video, and I have to teach people, like, when you have lower back pain, here are some simple things that you can do to alleviate that pain, right? So what's something common for you? Or another one is, I told you I've got lots of issues, but I have to modify many exercises for my knees. So putting together, a document or a series of videos about modifications. What are the things that you get asked a lot? What's an area that you have experience in? Whether you think that there's a market out there for it or not, I want you to write it down. Just write it down. What are your limitations, injuries, or what maybe you've been able to overcome it? Like, well, when I was really obese, I had to, modify things so much it didn't even look like the modifier on the screen. Or how to work out sitting in a chair. That's a real thing, chair aerobics, right? So what can you provide? Just jot down a few things there. Okay, next. Have you been able to streamline or systematize or organize something? So I love organization. So that's why my brain goes here. So this might not be along the lines of your brain, but like, for instance, we have a lady that comes over. She's technically our housekeeper. She comes over once a week. But one thing that, I do like 50% of the laundry, but she does like the other 50%, right? Because she's only here one day a week. So I was like, I have to figure out a way to make the laundry so easy that that literally anybody could walk in there and do the laundry, right? So, and one day I am going to make a video about this. So each laundry bin is labeled with what goes in it, what detergent to use, what's that called? Setting on the washing machine, and what setting on the dryer, and fabric softener or whatever, if there's special instructions. So each one is labeled with not only what goes in the laundry bin, but how to wash it and how to dry it. Okay. Every single one. And then I have all my different hangers hang up, and I have a sample of each hanger, and on the hangers, I have listed what goes on each hanger, because I was finding she was hanging like the wrong things on the wrong stuff. And it's so frustrating when you go into ladies, you probably know what I'm talking about. When you go in to get something, and it's like your shirts are just like falling off the hangers. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Anyways, so it's all labeled. There shouldn't be any errors. Of course, it's not 100%, but it does take out the majority of the guesswork. My closet is completely labeled as well. My boys, their drawers in their dressers, you open it up, and right on the inside, right where you can see it, it's labeled what goes where. In each section. So it's pretty easy for pretty much anybody to come and do my laundry. So that's a system. That's something that I figured out that I can teach other people how to do. I could put it in a PDF. I could also create a video for it. All right. How about multitasking? Have you figured out a way to multitask? Like, what are some things? Maybe you have like a multitasking list of like, here's some things that you could do, like brain activities, and here's the body activities that you can do. And, what have you figured out? I'm going to let you write down like 2 or 3 more things. And then I'm going to show you some of mine. So let me minimize this real quick. All right. So, I have to share my screen first. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so this was actually the first one that I made because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, I know I need to create a freemium, and I honestly didn't know what to do, but I knew that I don't really like to cook, and I want things to be super, super fast and easy. So I actually outsourced this project. I said, I hired somebody on Elance, which is now called Upwork, UPWORK, Upwork. And I hired somebody. I said, hey, can you find for me 10 recipes spread out over breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some snacks that are healthy, but they take 10 minutes or less to make. And this is what she came back with. I mean, it's beautiful. I didn't make this. But within a day or two, I had this amazing freemium that I could give to people. And basically what she did was she just pulled different things that she saw off of Pinterest and web searches, but it's gorgeous and they're healthy. They're less than 10 minutes. Now I have something that I can offer people. And even like in my challenge groups, which is, it's so sad, but I've never done this before, but I was thinking literally as I'm doing this exercise, I'm like, oh my gosh, this should definitely be like an upsell when I'm telling people that, okay, in my challenge group, you're going to get a meal plan. You're going to get, help with your workouts. You're going to get daily motivation from me. We're going to talk in an app. You're going to get all of your workouts. You're going to get the best meal replacement shake of that you can possibly get. You're going to get results, right? So we're listing all these wonderful benefits, and I could bonus it. Hey, I'm also going to give you my my recipe book, which is 10 healthy recipes that you can make in 10 minutes or less. And then this one was such a hit. I had so many opt-ins for it that I ended up making an additional one, the second edition, 10 healthy recipes that you could make in 10 minutes or less. And this, both of these projects didn't cost me a lot because they were, I think it was somebody that was overseas, and she put it together real quick. Of course, I had to make sure that everything was grammatically correct, but look at this. It's amazing. I have zero artistic creativity in my body. I mean, at least none that I have patience for, right? So it came together pretty dang cool. Now, my point is, I don't have a lot of luck in this area or a lot of talent in that area. See if there's one more thing I can show you guys. I want to show you. Let's see. That's funny. There's a picture of my parents. Hang on. That's not what I was trying to pull up. My point is, you can find things that you can give people for free. Okay, so here's the other thing that, here we go. It's on this. You can start giving people for free now. So hopefully you guys have been in the coach training by now. It's pretty simple. If you don't know the direct link, it's just tinyurl.com/fitfinancestraining. And then here's the training. If you go under the section called 5-Day Slim Down, I walk you through like how to do a 5-day slim down, and how to invite, then you click on this one here, meal plan for the 5-day. This one, I have one that is specific to me, and it's all Fit Finances branding on it with my email address, etc. Hang on one sec. But you can go here, download these 3 tools, and you can use this for your own. So like say, because I always tell my challengers, I don't require that they do any type of workouts. I don't require that they do on demand. I only require that they do Shakeology. I just want them to do one thing. And I also say, and I do require you to follow my meal plan, which I'm going to give you for free, right? It's just another bonus thing. Let's see. Where's the meal? Here's the free Eat Clean guide. So this is another opt-in. I've received like over 3,000 emails by just offering somebody a free Eat Clean guide. And do you know what it is? It's just the 21-day fix guide. And I just put it in a PDF. And so here's the calculation on how you get your containers. And then page 2, and I had to change it up, obviously, because I had to list vegetables as opposed to green, because somebody receiving this for free isn't going to know what does green mean, right? So this is what I give to them. You guys can give this to them too. So the branding is not on there specifically so that you can use this for your clients as well. Okay, so that's one. Here's the tally sheets that's in there as well. And then what was the third one? Oh, the eating plan. So like the food list. So what I do, like I said, I got 3,000 emails for my free Eat Clean guide. That was basically just the calculation and the I think that was it. Hang on, let me stop my share here. There we go. That was just the calculation and their portions. But I don't tell them exactly what qualifies as a vegetable, what qualifies as lean protein. So I don't give them the food list. What happens is they receive a video from me, basically talking to them about, hey, you know what, you might be in the same boat as I am. Like you might be wondering, well, what exactly is a lean protein? So let me help you navigate those waters. I'm happy to do all that for you. And then I pitch to them the 5-day group that I have. So it's just like, it's like a series. It's just a series. This might seem like it's so over the top, overwhelming, but what I want you to start to do is just think in terms of like, you're going through your daily life. Like, what can I offer people? Like, what can I streamline for them? How can I help them? Can I create something that is like a cheat sheet or a tip sheet? Oh, well, let me pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can find it for you before I actually share my screen. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to pull these up real quick. Well, actually, I'll just show you this one. That's fine. So this is kind of like step 1. Just created a cheat sheet, like fast food tips. 6 things, six tips, like how to handle yourself at a fast food restaurant, right? So what could you create? And then maybe send it off to somebody to make it look pretty, unless you know how to make it look pretty. But even that, like if you had 20 super fast, healthy recipes, whatever. And it doesn't have to be anything obviously related to health and fitness, but you know, that is an easier tie sometimes. Let me pull this over here. There we go. Okay. Let me see if there was anything else I had on my list. So this would be in terms of guides, tip sheets, PDFs, ebooks, right? Survival guides, right? Maybe it's like a, holiday survival guide, or a restaurant guide, or how to eat well when you're eating out at a restaurant. Maybe you have tips about emotional eating. Maybe you have tips about sleep. I did a live video not that long ago on my Facebook, and I provided 5 tips about 5 simple things you can do to feel confident, positive, and healthy. Okay. That could so easily be a video, and then I offer them a PDF as well with all of my little bullet points from that video. So easy. I was on the phone with Christine Dwyer, I don't know, about a month ago or so. And, I do a million videos, and she said to me, she said to me, I say duh because I can't believe I didn't think about this. She goes, all these different videos that you put out there, she goes, do you offer like a PDF summary or like an ebook summary of the tips that you give in your videos? And I was like, no, but I should, because I have video, just think about the things that you have out there, and then think about what could I create super fast and easy. And if you're like, well, I don't have time for this, do you have $50 to throw at something like that? Then maybe find somebody on Upwork that could put together something that looks beautiful for you. I actually have a fabulous, I can't say that word, fabulous graphic artist. And so I love to give her referrals. So if you're like, yeah, and she's reasonable and she's super, super fast. So if you ever need anything done as far as like photos or PDFs, something like that, like she's fantastic. But yeah, so that's it. I am going to send you the homework. In the homework, you're going to get the how to make a free email collector, because maybe you don't want to do, any of the fancy stuff. Maybe you don't want to put money into it right now, but I'm going to give you the how in the homework. So I just want to say thank you for coming on. Does anybody have any questions? You could raise your hand or unmute yourself. Everyone's automatically muted. So. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate your time, and be on the lookout for the next training. I will talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.